Tell me your most scariest paranormal experience or your first paranormal experience. I'll go ahead and tell you another one of mine. Well, this happened about 13 years ago. This was in Rodney, Mississippi, and it happened at the old ghost town of Rodney. You could Google Rodney, Mississippi ghost town, and all kinds of cool stuff will pop up about it. It's, all kinds of rich history to it. Well, we had it for the night. It was locked down, and we were able to investigate the whole ghost town, which was really cool. It was about 30 of us out there of an old paranormal team that I was affiliated with back in the past. So we're out there, and we're taking photos. It's nighttime. We're trying all kinds of different equipment. All right, now keep in mind, we're in downtown Rodney, okay? Behind the church, the most popular church there, I think it's a Baptist church, if I'm not mistaken, but behind it is this huge cemetery in the back, and the cemetery has all, like thousands of graves buried back there. So we're sitting here, we're investigating, and we're getting some activity, K2 meters going off, and not really that active until we decided to take a break. So we took a break in front of the old church. Well, not really in front of it, a little bit to the right of it. And where the trail was a wide trail that went up to the cemetery behind the church in the woods. And we took a break, and we're sitting here talking. I just happened to look up at the top of the hill where the entrance of the cemetery, where you go into the entrance of the cemetery was. And I saw, it was the craziest thing. It was like like a LED flashlight. I call it a ghost light, because there was nobody else on that property. All of us were down at the bottom at base station, held accountable for. And I see this light go off, and it's shining toward the wood line. All I see is, just the beam. And it cuts off. And I tapped on a couple of people's, shoulders. I was like, man, y'all check that out. Is there anybody up there? There shouldn't be anybody up there. We're looking around. We're counting everybody. Everybody's here. We even yelled it out. I was like, who all's here? Is everybody still here, with us? And it was. The light cut back on. All of us, all 30 of us saw it cut on, cut off, cut back on, cut off. And we heard somebody mumbling. You know how a male's voice, if it's a good distance away, you can hear whenever they're talking, it sort of vibrates. Well, that's what was happening. And it was only one person talking. We're like, nobody should be here. This town's on lockdown. So a handful of us, of course, we had our guns on us, being in the South Dakota. And I'm going to go up there. Definitely, have a gun on me, because I don't want to run into somebody that has a freaking gun, and I don't have a gun. I got to protect myself, So we go walking up there. We get to the top, to the entrance of the cemetery, and we still hear this man's voice. And the closer we get, the louder it gets, because we're getting closer to the voice. So me and another guy, he was the cinematographer of the group. Trying to get that out correctly, and I finally did. But we're walking, we get closer, and it gets louder, and we go up over this little hill, and as soon as we get to the top, I saw, it was like a half body apparition, the side of a person's arm. You could see the color, it was the color and everything, and part of the shirt, it was like a plaid red and white shirt. The rest of it was gone, and it jetted off to the woodline. Just totally disappeared. The voice stopped and everything. Me and this dude just stopped and all, like, what the hell just happened, I couldn't believe my eyes. I really couldn't. It was definitely pretty cool. The thing is, I've seen apparitions over the years, but this right here had a disembodied voice to it as well, which was real cool. And I'm glad I hadn't had a witness there with me. And we ran back and we told them, they were like, what? And I was like, yeah. It was the craziest thing. But, and that cemetery is extremely haunted. Shadow figures all the time there, back and forth, darting in and out. And I haven't been down there in a while. I'd love to go back again. But anyway, there is another one of my paranormal stories. I'd love to hear yours.